Welcome, Bulldog fans, to the Omaha Club. And where are the Bulldogs headed now? To Omaha, Steve. Be my sixth trip, be your first.
It is.
But it's always new and fresh, and here's a 2019 Bulldog team that set Omaha as their one and only goal. Yes, every team says that's their goal. This team meant it, and now they've delivered.
And David, that's the thing last year after the Oregon State loss, which the eventual national champions, and State went toe-to-toe, and there are a lot of Bulldog fans who believe they should have won that final ball game. I think you're one of them, but the bottom line is Elijah McNamee, Jake Mangum, the leadership of this team said in the postgame, we're going to come back, we're going to win it. Well, the next step in that process has been taken, and that's the Bulldogs have punched their ticket to Omaha by sweeping through the regional and the super regional.
And by the way, I asked Athletic Director John Cohen, will June 9th become an official working holiday on the Mississippi State campus? Official because this is the third time Mississippi State has punched its ticket to Omaha on June 9th, 2007, 2013, this year. Working holiday because why stop using the day if it's working this well to get you the win to keep playing on June 9th? But seriously, this team did what they set out to do, and they thought they had a great chance to finish it off in two after Ethan Small took care of business last night. State got just enough offense to win it. Well, tonight they knew they had to pitch it a little bit different. Stanford was going to come out swinging for the fences against Peyton Plumlee. The wind was blowing a little bit out. Sure enough, first at bat gives up a home run. And as I like to quip on Twitter, well, there goes the no-hitter. But there also went a whole lot of nerves, and Peyton Plumlee addressed this. He said getting it out of the way, he was able to relax and just throw instead of maybe giving it up in the fifth or sixth inning.
Yeah, and you know, David, you and I had a chance to meet with Coach Lamonis earlier this week, and he mentioned that he really thought Peyton Plumlee was a difficult matchup for Stanford because they were such free swingers and kind of a launch angle offense. They want to hit home runs. And he is a guy, when he's at his best, and he admitted tonight he didn't have his best stuff, but you would have never known it by the results. He gives up the leadoff home run and doesn't give up another hit for, 6 innings, and arguably the best start of his career. But it went exactly the way Coach Lamonis kind of said that it would. He would get under barrels, they would beat the ball in the ground, and when he would get one up, they would more than likely pop it up, which is exactly what happened.
And of course, Peyton Plumlee finished up with a 6.2 innings. He went just 92 pitches, but was able to strike out 6. Didn't dominate, but he did exactly what Steve said. He made them pound the ball to the ground. He kept them out of the air after that first big shot they made. And really, once Stanford was taken out of that, you could see they really didn't know how to attack him. He got some good calls from the home plate umpire. Let's give credit where due.
Sure.
He was able to keep the ball down, then mix in the slider and change. By the same token, the Bulldog offense had a challenge early on because Eric Miller came out throwing heat. But they knew he would. Left-hander is the most talented, but not the most consistent of Stanford starters. They thought if they could just outweight him, get the pitch count up, they had a chance. They certainly did that in the second inning, and by the third and fourth, they were able to take advantage.
Well, and too, David, by this point, when you get to this point in the year, you kind of are who you are. He is a guy that struggles with control. He will walk the ballpark if you let him, and that's exactly what happened. And everybody is a different pitcher in the stretch. And as soon as State was able to get a base run wrong, what happened? His mechanics began to break down. His control was even worse. And next thing you know, State's able to put some big runs up. And the big blow of the night, Dustin Skelton's triple off the top of the wall in right center. And a credit to our Mississippi State Bulldogs fans.
I was going to say the same thing.
Thank you for all involved, because that's one of the things they have preached many times about fan interference. You know you're going to get a review there, and the review, Mississippi State came out looking great because everybody in the area is backing off, though I did see some fans say, yeah, but why were our fans pointing to the ball that's Stanford out? You know, next time, guys, go ahead and plan. Y'all point in 5 or 6 different directions, but great job by the Bulldog fans to stay clear and allow that to play the way they should.
Well, let's be fair. Dustin Skelton was probably gassed by the time he got to third base, so he wasn't going to try. But the 3-run triple turned out to be the game's big blow. Of course, we had the heartwarming home run later in the game there. Just a great story because a guy who struggled so much. He had great batting practices all week, but came out and got a hold of one and just put a statement on the end of the game as well. And after the week he's been through, what a great blow.
And, you know, that whole sequence, you know, Jake comes up and, you know, they're playing his song again. Everybody's going nuts. And he comes up there. What does he do? A quintessential Jake Mangum hit. He goes the opposite way, 6 hole.
Let me interrupt, by the way. He said his first hit on Duty Noble Field was the same thing. First pitch, other way. His last hit on Duty Noble Field, first pitch, other way. A nice little bit of symmetry there.
And it's incredible, too, that, you know, Jake's the guy kind of leading the charge for the crowd to welcome Elijah McNamee to the box, and then when as soon as he let that swing go, as soon as the ball left the bat, I think everybody in the ballpark kind of had that little tingle and said, you know what, this thing is fixing to get out of here. And then it does, and it's just like this, the stuff dreams are made of. And it just capped a wonderful night of baseball here at Dirty Noble Field.
Well, what capped it, of course, was the celebration. The Bulldogs obviously had their dog pile. You can catch some of that video on Twitter, I know, under my handle, and many other people got it from the press box as well. Then they made the circuit of the stadium, slapping hands with the fans, which they've done when they win championships, when they win even big series. But this time it was special because this is a farewell to a great team. 51 victories, only the 5th team in program history to top 50 wins, and now with so much more ahead. But a night to celebrate. But as Jake Mangum said repeatedly, this is not it. Correct. This was what they wanted to do to get to Omaha. There's something else they want to do at Omaha this year, Steve.
It's true, and they said it on the dais in the postgame. Peyton Plumlee did not get to participate last year. He made mention, listen, we wanted to get to Omaha, but we're going to win a national championship. And he's not guaranteeing that, but that's the goal. They're going to Omaha to win the thing. They're not going just to get their passport stamped or anything like that, David. I mean, they are eager to get there. And I think the experience of last year was a bit of a novelty, and State still arguably could have competed and won a national championship last year despite all the issues we had during the season. I think this team is more ready for that this year. They're ready to get up there and compete because they know what to expect. The crush of media and all the requirements of being a member of the College World Series team, David, it's not new to them anymore. They're prepared for it.
You call it a novelty. I call it still the most unexpected run to Omaha, maybe the most unexpected sports story that I've ever covered at Mississippi State for them to get there.
And that's saying a lot.
And that's saying a lot. Thank you for reminding me. But it's fun to watch this team because they handled the pressure. And the pressure was mostly self-inflicted. Let's be clear on that. With Jake Mangum setting the lead, with guys like Ethan Small who knew this was their last time around, with all the juniors and seniors in this bunch, and a talented sophomore class, they knew this was their last dance together. And this, Omaha was not just a goal, it was an obsession. Anything less would have just left them crushed.
Yes.
The difference is they're not going to Omaha with a sense of relief. Phew, we got there. Because we've seen state teams do that before, and it's a justified reaction on a surprising run. This is much like that 2016. Had they made it, they'd have gone there with the idea to take care of business. Mangum was on that team. Keegan James was on that team. Cole Gordon was on that team. They remember what it's like to be expected to get there and to fall short. Now they made it, and now they want to go there and take care of business. And Coach Chris Lamonis, let's give him credit. Yes, he has Omaha experience before with other teams, but his first year here, he handled the pressure of the team, of taking over, the expectations, some of the novelty, but also of this crowd, of this program. He handled it by letting the players lead the team.
It's true, David. And, there are a lot of people you could make an argument for. Dave Van Horn's a guy that could be SEC Coach of the Year. Tim Corbin wins the thing, and, that's another conversation for another day. But
if he doesn't win it, it should be news some years.
Right, that's right.
That's enough venting for now.
But Lamonis comes in, and he was the right guy for the job. I know there's some other names out there that might have been a little sexier, a little more accomplished, but he fits our culture, and he fit this roster. And you could see the reaction on Twitter last night to the way he handled the Jack Egan situation and the emotional component and all that, and Elijah McNamee and Jake Mangum, everybody coming out. Chris Lamonis is your baseball coach, and John Cohen went out to hire a generational baseball coach, and that's exactly what he's done.
And speaking of Jack Egan, he did not come to the game tonight, but he was cleared to do so, and he certainly will be with the team in Omaha, so he'll handle that well. State should be healthy. We got an update on JT again that had the game been played tomorrow, if necessary, he would not only have played the game, he would have probably started the game as well. So he's on schedule for Omaha, although Coach Lamonis said he's going to go with Ethan Small. A lot of us smart guys think, well, let's go with JT again and save Small for your matchup, presumably with a Vanderbilt or a Louisville in the second round, assuming you win the first game, of course, which will be, by the way, against either North Carolina or Auburn. We'll find out starting at noon tomorrow. And we don't know what day yet. That will be settled tomorrow with the full field. Instead, he said, and this is from the Ron Polk School, and I have to agree, you want your best guy available as many times as possible. So you're going to go out there with Ethan Small on either next Saturday or Sunday, try to have him ready for the next weekend to finish it off, to put you in the championship game series, and then have them ready for that series as well. So that's the plan as of now. Again, we'll find out the rest of the details when the full field is finished. Of course, UCLA was upset tonight. So the other bracket is now completed, and now it's going to be Vanderbilt. Oh, dear. I don't mind the team, it's their fans that really okay, another event there.
We're so glad you weren't, Dave.
But yes, indeed. But certainly we're hoping good things for Coach Butch Thompson, our old friend, tomorrow against North Carolina. It'd be good to see him, another John Cohen protege in the other dugout at Omaha, and a great guy. We'd like to have that happen. But well, Steve, now the planning begins. We start getting everything together tomorrow for our trip. I know I'm hoping for a Sunday game because that'll give me a chance to travel just up there all day Friday. We understand that the interstate between St. Joseph's and Omaha could have some troubles because of recent flooding. Plan accordingly in that. I've already made my hotel reservations, and for once I did not jinx a team by doing something advantage. If this team's good enough to overcome the Dogs Bite editor jinx, I think this team is good enough to accomplish the ultimate goal of Bulldog baseball, Steve. What we've waited for so long, what this stadium was built for, a national championship.
It's the only thing left, David. It's the only thing left, and I thought about that today too. And it's the second time in program history that we've gone to Omaha back-to-back years, 97, 98. We've done that. We've been to Omaha before, and as John Cohen said when he took the job, we've been to Omaha, and Omaha is not enough. The only thing left to do is what Jake Mangum said the first day of media this year. The only thing left for Mississippi State to win a national championship. And while getting there is a huge accomplishment, that's the last thing left. That's the only thing left that we need as a fan base to celebrate a national championship in college baseball.
Steve and I will be there. We certainly hope you're there with us. We'll give you a full list of restaurants to try.
A lot of tacos.
I will also advise you this too. With results in a certain other corner of the Southeastern Conference today, I think hotel room prices may have gone about 5% tonight. So that's certainly some open up there. We can hope. So here's the advice of a veteran. Find something you can book, anything you can book. Plan for 4 nights, and then once teams start losing, rooms will open up and make your plans accordingly there. Bring money for souvenirs because you always want to come back and show it off all summer at the beach, at the park, wherever, with those Omaha t-shirts. You were there because it truly is a special place. I'm looking forward to a return. Steve's looking forward to a first trip. We'll see who else of our Gene Space 24/7 staff can make it as well. But we promise you the coverage all week that this team deserves and you, the loyal Diamond Dog fans, also deserve. So from here, late night or early morning from Holtman Stadium for the last time this season, but soon we'll be doing it again from the best stadium of all. For Steve Robertson, for Robbie Falk, for Gene Swindoll, Paul Jones, and our entire crew at Gene Space 24/7. Diamond Dogs are headed back to Omaha, and I, David Murray, will be there with them. So join us there if you can, or watch us from a distance.